already here.
Sheesh, it's already here. TJ said 9 o'clock. I didn't think it was on 9 o'clock. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I'm here before TJ. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
I guess it's my car now.
After about 4.5 months, the C8 is finally back. I know you guys have a lot of questions as to why it was gone, what did they do to it while it was gone, how come I really never addressed it. We're gonna be going over all of that today. First off, I just wanna wish Calvin a lot of luck. I wanna wish him the best because he has a job interview today and he's looking mighty fine dapper. Are you nervous for your job interview?
I mean, it requires me to have perfect aim. I'm meeting John Wick for real this time, so wish me luck.
Hell yeah,
Calvin,
dude.
if you come in and it has a black couch, you're in.
Okay. don't put that in.
Put it in. Anthony, put it in.
Ooh, did you? Ooh, why are you so caked up today, T?
What?
You're caked. Look at all that cake.
Dude, Calvin hasn't been in a video in a minute. People were coming up to the meet and they were like, "Are you and Calvin friends still?" I was like, "No."
It was my birthday, May 26th, and TJ brought me double caked up. I appreciate it, T. Want to blow the candles out?
I want you to fucking wipe her down.
You want me to wipe you down? I'm in.
All right, today is Thursday. I don't know what date it is for you, but I had work. And he calls me.
You're not working.
I have worked. Don't tell my boss.
You're coming over after this, right?
Yeah, but nobody find my boss.
Are you coming hang out after this?
Yeah.
We're probably gonna swim. Pool's hot. You hanging out?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Regardless, Cheetah calls me and goes, "When are you gonna get here?
Kevin has a stand-up fan in his room. You know the one that like you put on the floor, you plug in and it goes like this?
No, I don't.
Kevin has one of those in his room and he got a yardstick and he taped it to the top of it and he has the yardstick touching the mouse on the computer. So when it spins, it hits the mouse and it makes his computer think that he's actually there.
I don't do that. Anyways, he calls me. I thought it's something urgent. He's like, "Yeah, we're working on a CA, like I need your help." He calls me off of work to install the banner.
Ridiculous.
This guy. And whatever is going on is so freaking loud. I don't want no DMs about a banner install in Germany. I told everybody, it's $1,000 for install plus trip fees.
We're about to hop in the car and go for a quick drive because I haven't driven this thing in months. I'm desperate, but before we do that, we gotta throw on our Street Hunters banner. Good thing Kevin took off work today because we can come do his mobile banner. Y'all think it's a joke. It's not a joke.
Yes,
Kevin's
it is.
banner services are supreme.
No, it doesn't exist. It really doesn't.
He's here every single time, so I'll let you guys make the call.
Well, because you save the banners, and when I'm here, you give them to me.
We're throwing this on, and we're going for a rip, boys. All right, so we're leaving the shop right now. I haven't driven this car in about 4 months, and if you guys didn't catch the last couple of videos with this car, we were just having a ton of different issues with the car just dying when it comes to a stop. The reverse wasn't working, the trans was acting up. If the car had too much wheel spin, if we did a pull, the clutch would freak out and it wouldn't know what to do and it would put you in limp mode. The C8, as you guys know, or if you don't know, is a very, I guess, ongoing educational platform. We are still on the stock ECU, but we essentially have the car tricked right now to think that the car is stock, even though we're running 2 big twin turbos on the back. So the car has 4 different map settings. Map 1 is about 800 horsepower. Map 2 is around like 900-ish. Map 3 is like over 1,000, and then map 4 is about 1,200 horsepower. On these street tires, anything above that 900 horsepower, we get too much wheel spin, the clutch freaks out, it kicks us into limp mode. But if we were to put on slicks, we can go up to about 1,200 horsepower on the street and it hooks up phenomenally. So I look forward to getting a set of slicks to throw on this car. But for today's purpose, we're gonna be just doing pulls around like 900 horsepower. And they told me it feels phenomenal and I'm gonna love it. So I'm very excited. Thank you LMR, I love you. If you guys want some more information about everything they did on this car and more like dyno pulls and all that stuff, I'll link their YouTube channel down below and you can watch it there. They have a bunch of dyno pulls and information on this car. We're about to pull onto the freeway. I just put it in track mode and I'm going to double click traction control. So that way when we spin tire, it's not gonna freak out. At least I think I have it in the right modes. I might not. Then I'm gonna put it in manual mode. And at manual mode at full throttle, it should shift for us and it should be perfect. Yeah! Oh, that was fun. Oh, that just sounds good. We're just filming with the GoPro right now, so I don't know how well you guys can hear everything, but I mean, just the way the turbos sound alone, phenomenal. Oh. Yeah, it's fast. Oh, I missed you, girl. I missed you. It's been so long. Oh yeah. It's weird because the V8, all the torque's up top, and there's, you know, I wouldn't say there's not a lot of low end, but you really don't get a lot of the power till about that 5,000 RPM. Before, we couldn't even do that many pulls. Like the car would immediately freak out. So, you know, for it just to be working right now, you guys gotta imagine, I'm pretty excited. Yeah! Oh! Yeah, I mean, you really feel that peak boost come on around like mid 4,000 RPM. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I have like 30 miles till empty. Let's pull off, get some gas.
Influencers.
Follow my TikTok, baby. 3.5 million followers.
Can't take them anywhere. Can't take this guy.
I have more followers on TikTok than I do on Instagram and YouTube combined. That's pretty sad.
I'm TJ, and I had 3.5 million followers on
Dude.
TikTok.
First couple rips. Oh, it's so sick. I just realized we have the MagnaFlow X Mod exhaust on this car. Shout out MagnaFlow. And what that means is we have V-bandable mufflers that can come on and off, so you can straight pipe it, so we can take the mufflers out and straight pipe it. We have the mufflers in the car right now. On the inside, it's like not loud at all. So I think tomorrow, there's a Supra right there with the 300 wing.
No way.
Come to the right, come to the right, come to the right. Zoom in right.
Oh.
Do you see it?
I see it, but
Do you see that?
I see it, but I can't.
I've never seen a street hunter wing like organically in the wild before. Like I've seen it at like car meets and car shows, like that doesn't count. But I've never seen a street hunter wing ever.
I don't know how you caught that.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna cry right now. That was fucking sick. I've never seen that before.
That's crazy.
You might be able to zoom in like super hard on the camera, but that was a cool clip. Well, anyways, we'll take the mufflers out tomorrow or something. I didn't grab them, but we gotta straight pipe this bitch. We gotta get this thing to be super loud. I'm so happy to have this thing home. So let's continue home. Let's take out the Street Hunter Supra and let's go out and do some driving clips. And I'm pretty sure there's an anti-lag launch control that we need to try out on this thing. So we're filled up. Let's get on the road.
So since I got this car back from SEMA and it was boosted and it was finally wide bodied, I'd never like really gotten to drive it at like its perfection. When I got it back from SEMA, the suspension wasn't dialed in. The brakes were acting up because I don't know if you guys remember, we swapped the big Brembos on, and then the brakes weren't bleeding because GM has a special brake bleeder that requires like an electronic tool, and we were just having a whole bunch of issues. So we're on map 1 right now, which is about 800. I'm tempted to go to map 2 because I know we can do it. I know Steven from LMR was doing some street driving at map 2, but he's like, sometimes it will throw you in a limp mode just because it is too much wheel spin. Walk in the back a little bit. And I think, I don't know for sure, but I think if I come to a complete stop in first gear, all the boys are behind me, and I floor it, first gear, come to a complete stop, mash the brake, floor it. It will build boost at around 3,000 RPM, anti-lock, and then you just let go, dumps straight to the wheels, fucking a little, steps out a little bit, but you stay in it and you go. Fuck yeah! So I want to go over a few changes of a car that make it different now than what it was a few months ago when it was here. And there's really only a few. The most important thing is we have a clutch that actually works. Without getting too deep into it, the clutch system and transmission in the C8 is usually where a lot of the problems of making this car go fast come up. So from the clutch just slipping or the reverse gear just not working at all on my car, we finally have a clutch that is holding at high boost. You're able to drive it comfortably at low speeds without crazy bucking, and it just doesn't slip and walk away. So we have a clutch that works. That one's huge. We've also added a harness to the transmission that allows different shift pressure and aids with the clutch. So we have like a complete separate harness that goes straight to the transmission that allows it to shift hard, quick, and isn't sloppy. The last thing that they added is we realized that we kept pushing rear main seals out and blowing out the dipstick. I don't want to give too much of a secret because this is LMR's secret sauce. They pretty much added a new breather system for this motor. To get you caught up to speed, the motor that's in the car is a built LT motor. We have two fatty turbos on the back and we have a billet intake manifold. So this motor is actually good for 1,500 horsepower. But again, we haven't gotten to 1,500 horsepower because we don't have a clutch that can actually hold that. And there's a difference of, you know, this car holding that much power on a dyno and holding it on the street. That's two different things. We're running 1,200 to the wheels right now when it holds, but when we found on the dyno, when we pushed anything above 1,300 and did on the dyno and then went on the street, there were problems and it just didn't drive very well. So LMR and the C8 community is gonna keep on pushing and pushing to further crack this chassis and figure out ways to put more power down. But for right now, I'm pretty happy for where it is. The last pass this car made at the quarter mile only did like a couple passes, and on the second pass, we did a 9.3. So I'm definitely gonna take this to the drag strip. We're definitely gonna get some drag radials and take this out very, very soon, because I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of people competing for the world title. I don't even know what it is right now. I think it's definitely high 8s. I think we can break 8s. I don't think right now this is a world record holder or like can beat a world record as it stands right now, but I know the motor is good for it. So we just gotta wait for a few more advancements to come along and then we can kind of push this to go a little bit farther. Too much tire and then it like freaks out. There's dirt on the ground and shit. Like if it does it, then it like the clutch like freaks and it like doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it all like cuts us out. I didn't film it on camera, unfortunately, but I'm an idiot, and let me explain to you guys why. So cool having both these two Street Hunter cars here. I'm just absolutely in love with it. A lot of hard work. Not only do we have the CA wide body, we have the Mark V wide body, we have the Street Hunter hood on the FD, and we also have the Street Hunter BRZ over there with a bunch of parts coming later this month, but more on that later. Just kind of want to like acknowledge that really quick, because for those who do not know the Street Hunter story, I own Street Hunter. Street Hunter is in wide body and aero parts and all that good stuff. But I used to get bullied on the internet for wide bodying every single car. As you guys probably, some of you probably know the meme, wide body and bag. Well, I used to wide body and bag everything. I just absolutely love wide bodies. I love, you know, being able to make a car look different than the others. And I'm so fascinated by them. That's besides the point. But I used to just get bullied all the time for just wanting to wide body every single car. And I used to let it get to me. And then I started thinking, I'm like, yo, this is something I really, really like. Why don't I like take advantage of it? And Street Hunter was essentially born off of, you know, my love for it. And long story short, I used the hate comments as fuel and created Street Hunter. Anyways, this car, I just realized all day after talking with Steven from LMR, I got a hold of him today. I thought I was on the map 1 800 horsepower, but I wasn't even probably cracking like 700 horsepower, and I still thought this thing was fast. I have a CO2 canister in the trunk setup that I thought was on today, and it was off. And the CO2 canister, and I'm new to this type of whole setup because I don't have any other cars that do this, but there's a CO2 canister right here. You turn the nozzle on, and that pretty much controls the boost controller. So when that's not on, we're probably, you know, we're not really making that much boost. So that wasn't on all day. So Steven was like, dude, if that wasn't on, you like weren't even feeling the power that you can unleash. And then towards the end of the day, when we were doing some pulls today, I started noticing the car was kind of a little bit unhappy and wasn't driving very well and was making this weird noise, and it just was unhappy. And Steven was like, hey, just remember, check to see if you have meth, because we're running meth on our port injection for this setup. And we're empty, mate. And I heard the pump whining, which is not good, so hopefully I didn't fry this pump. So I just had to drive all the way back to the shop, and I picked up some meth that I had sitting there. So I'm very new to meth injection, and so I'm not gonna act like I know too much about it, but this is essentially a certain type of fuel that burns really well, I guess. I'm sure someone in the comments can explain it really well, but this is my first car with meth, so I'm not gonna act like I know a lot about it. But we have a separate fuel tank in the front for the meth, so we're gonna go ahead and throw it in the car, if I can get my camera to sit here. But yeah, you don't even wanna run this car at idle with no meth, because we are using that as fuel. So Steven was telling me, he's like, yeah, dude, don't even run that thing. Oh, that I just spilled. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera. All right, my other camera died, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my iPhone. Put 2 gallons in. I definitely need to buy like a bunch more of that and keep it on hand. That tank could probably take like 3 or 4 more gallons. So now that that is filled up to, oh, look at that big bug. Look at that big bug. Let's turn this on. He was like, make sure you didn't fry your motor out, because if we weren't running with meth, then he's like, you're gonna be running extremely lean, which is not good. And we did a couple passes and the motor started making like a weird noise, which probably was it starving the fuel. And he was like, yeah, that's, I don't wanna say sketchy, but he's like, that's not good. So hopefully I didn't just fry my motor right off the rip. Sweet, looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and do a pull. Let's just make sure this thing's still running good. Spun a little bit, but hell yeah, brother. She feels phenomenal. I almost feel like I might have smoked a fuel pump, because I can almost hear it, I think. I can almost hear like this weird whine. Can't tell for sure though. Well, lesson learned, always make sure you're full of meth. Let's go ahead and back this thing inside and call it a day. It's been a long one. I want to end this video with a big thank you to LMR. They have put in so much work to get this Corvette where it is, and I'm so thankful for all the efforts they put in and all of the figuring out issues and really just taking the time with it and giving me the product they have. I'm gonna link them down below. There's gonna be a lot more stuff with this Corvette up to come. I mean, today we didn't even drive it. I just can't believe I drove it today without like actually 800 horsepower. I thought it was 800 horsepower. So the next video, we're gonna crank this bitch up. We got some mods for it, so just keep posted. We have some stuff coming for it that I'm really excited about, but there's just so much more to come, and I have a lot to thank to LMR, so big shout out to those boys. And I wanna end this with the garage wide open right now, because again, I've already said it, Street Hunter BRZ, Street Hunter RX-7, Street Hunter Supra, Street Hunter C8. I want this to be a big slap in the face to you specifically. I want this to be a slap in the face to you specifically, so you can understand and truly believe that any crazy ass idea you have is possible. No matter what position you are in, it is your passion and drive that determines the success rate, not what you have at the current moment. You could have nothing in your pockets other than passion, and you could turn any dream into a reality. If you want to tell yourself that's not true, then you are only doing a disservice to yourself, because many people will tell you, and I will tell you from personal experience, and you guys have been watching it for the past 7 years. This is just the tip of the damn iceberg, what y'all are looking at right here, and I can't wait to share my journey of the next couple years coming up, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. Literally, I wouldn't have that car, I wouldn't have that car, I wouldn't have any of this stuff. So thank y'all for everything. This just, oh man, it's just so beautiful. I'm getting bugs all in the garage right now doing this, but it is so worth it to see these things out here with the garage open. So, y'all already know. Thank y'all so much for watching today's video. Smash that thumbs up button, because anything you want to do is possible. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and keep moving forward.